Hey everyone, Matt from MKRC. In today's video, I'm going to get this WLTOYS 124019 back on the road, so stick around. For those of you that don't remember, this is my heavily upgraded WLTOYS 124019. And by heavily upgraded, I mean that it has a new electronic speed controller, a new receiver, a new motor mount, and a new servo. And so in today's video, the plan is to get the stripped gears out, maybe replace the motor mount, possibly swap in a new motor, and get this thing back on the road. One of the things I was really unimpressed with after this upgrade is that there was a lot of cogging. What cogging means is that when you hit the throttle on the car, it takes a lot of throttle to actually get this thing to move, which means the gear mesh is either too tight or the motor doesn't have enough power to push the car forward. Hopefully I'll be able to address the gear mesh issue, the motor overheating issue, and keep it from cogging. So let's get to it. First thing that I'm going to do is get these Phillips head screws taken out so that I can get better access to the gears and pull the motor out. With those screws removed, I should be able to just pull this plastic piece out of the way, set it off to the side, and now I can see my spur gear, my pinion gear, and my drive shaft. At the moment, I am running a plastic spur gear, and the actual pinion gear was stripped out. And I think that's because the mesh is just far too tight. So, let's get this torn apart a little bit more. In one of my bashing sessions up and down the street, I happened to strip this plastic spur gear. So what I did is I ordered up myself a new drive shaft with a metal spur gear and then these nice brass metal diff gears. So I'm going to get this thing installed. We'll put the drivetrain back together and then I can get this new motor installed. After many months of waiting and buying parts and trying to fit things, I think I finally have what's going to make this thing fit and run well. This is a 144010 motor mount. Online, people say that this will fit a variety of motors and make this thing work. Right here on the workbench is exactly what you shouldn't do. So initially, I purchased a brushless motor. This is a 2435 size can, 4500 kV. And I put it onto a stock mount with 4 holes, which is this mount right here. And I ran that for a little while, until I stripped out the spur gear, and then I bought a new pinion gear right here, put it back together with a new spur gear, and thing sounded terrible. So I started researching some more, and I found out that you can buy this motor with this motor mount, and I think this is for a 124017, or rather it's for a 144010. So I picked this up, and it came with its own pinion gear, but not the right size. So I think my plan is that I'm going to take this motor and put it onto this 6-hole motor mount, put on this pinion. Hopefully the combination of all these upgrades will prevent this car from overheating so quickly. That was a big problem originally, and it was because the gear mesh was just way too tight. So you can see this mount is a little bit wallered out. That's a technical term. And that was so I could try and adjust the mesh on the motor. Didn't work out very well. This thing is trash. So I've got the car back together. We're going to fire it up and see what it does. See if it makes a horrible noise. Oh good, doesn't make a terrible noise anymore. On my previous setup, this was making a horrible screeching noise when I was swapping in all these different parts. But now, much smoother. So I've got the wiring all cleaned up, really just one zip tie and holding in the battery, some double-sided tape on the receiver, and we're ready to do some test driving. Yeah, I realize the wing is not on and I'm missing 2 screws there, but let's just get it out and see how it does. Reverse. Ridiculous. Noticeably faster. Try and hammer on it, just 100% throttle right out of the gate. It gives up. Is that cogging? I don't know. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the test and tune and revival of my WLTOYS 124019. One thing I've noticed is that it's going a lot faster in reverse than it is in the forward direction, and I'm wondering if that has to do with ESC tuning, such as maybe switching the motor direction. One thing I also finally realized is that this car could do with a 540 motor, meaning the same size motor that came out of it using the stock motor mount, and I bet you I won't have as many cogging and heating and cooling issues. So look out for that in a future video. Once again, I appreciate all your continued support, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.